Welcome back,
Welcome
everyone.
back.
We are live. Today we are talking about open relationships. Listen, it gets juicy because there's a lot of people out here in these streets, as Jo'Van like to say, who are testing the waters, are having multiple partners, and all of the jazz. And we're here to talk about, is open relationships something that's feasible, or is it something that can work? Why and why not? So what do you think, Jo'Van?
So I'm not saying none of this is my opinion. This is what do they call it? A disclaimer?
Yeah, the disclaimer.
This is one of those topics that's like, ooh, so I'm just going to say what I researched. So based on what I researched.
So first, what would your definition be for open marriage? I have a definition?
Yes, let me read it to you.
Okay.
An open relationship is an intimate relationship that is sexually non-monogamous. Mm-hmm. The term is distinct from polyamory in that it generally indicates a relationship where there's a primary emotional and intimate relationship between two partners who agree to at least the possibility of sexual intimacy with other people. Open relationships include any type of romantic relationship, dating, marriage, etc., that is open. An open relationship is where one or more parties have permission to be romantically or sexually involved with people outside of the relationship. This is opposed to the traditionally closed relationship where both parties agree on being with one another exclusively. So that is the definition of open marriage.
Interesting.
Or open relationships.
So just curious, based on that definition, would you be down for an open relationship for yourself?
As a Christian, it doesn't work like that.
I'll just ask the people.
What about you, Brandice?
No. Like, take out just it being morally, biblically wrong. Like, I just couldn't. Like, I like to share. I like that, but I don't want to share my partner. That's just not something I would want to do.
Right.
So, yeah, no, it just opens the door for a lot of things. Like, so we're going to get to why some people think it can work, but for me, there's so many different reasons why it can't work. So I think I don't know. I think it messes with people's trust and can make people very insecure. Like, why do you feel like you want to go out and find somebody else? Or it's just, I don't know. I can see how that connect. Like, oh, what do you see in that person that you're going out for? Especially if one person's more wanting that open relationship than the other, and you're just doing it for your partner, which you should not do. If that's what you're doing, then you should never do something just for your partner. So that's number one. But I can see how that can open the door for insecurities and having trust issues and things of that nature.
Absolutely. And then on top of that, I mean, some other things you're opening yourself up to is sexual diseases.
Exactly. That part. So outside babies, things of that nature. It's like so many things you're opening yourself up to. So that's something that I would
jealousy.
Exactly. So I'm going on the phone today. So Lady Parker said open relationship is a no.
Yeah. I saw that one coming.
Right. And I think majority, would you say a majority of people, and like as a whole, not necessarily just Christians, but just as a whole, would agree with that statement?
I would say majority, yes, due to a lot of people don't have the security to be able to handle their partner being involved with other people.
Yeah.
That, and a lot of people don't, like, you have to have some crazy boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that's easy to do. Like, just think,
like, let's say you're having like they have their boo over there, and you're like, oh, I don't have anybody. Like, so I can see how you can start like, well, I'm jealous or what. It's just, listen, it's just a no-go for me. It's a no for me.
So two things. One, there was my research showed that the reason why an open relationship may be going on or may not work is because it may be a sign that one or both partners is less committed or mature than those in, like, per se, a monogamous relationship.
Yes.
So, if you're with someone who isn't ready for monogamy, then you might have to deal with that type of conversation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you need to make sure that the person that you're with is ready to be monogamous.
Yeah.
If that's what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm glad you said that, because relationships are hard. It takes a lot of work. So I wonder if people who are open relationships, they don't want to do the work. So they feel like, okay, well, I don't have to put my all in here, so I can like do this, have my cake and eat it too, basically. So it's even though I would argue with that statement, though, you would probably have to talk more, communicate more.
Absolutely.
But I could see their mindset, like you don't have to. You don't feel emotionally all in, because you can just do everything you want to without having that one commitment, settle down and settle on one person.
Absolutely.
And so they're indecisive. They don't want to make that decision. So like, hey, I want to have everybody
do both. You know what
yes.
I'm saying? So another point I had was a 5-year study of bisexuals observed a shift from open relationships to sexually monogamous relationships in many participants because they felt that non-monogamy was too time-consuming, took too much energy, or was too complicated. They also thought it got in the way of developing love, trust, and more intimate relationships with a partner. Numerous authors have argued that open marriages disrupt relationships by interfering with intimacy and provoking insecurities. So
definitely, and I think it can like
show.
Factor and mess with people's mental health. They're just like I said, security, and then also the rejection, of okay, well, no, I'm not going to be with you tonight. I'm going to Sally or Brandon, whoever the case may be. So it's just you're open the door for a lot of things that it's not necessary in the relationship. So I don't know. I think it's just dangerous all around. And then also, I mean, that we have to see what the Bible says about it. So I did want to bring that out. So in Ephesians 5:3, it says, "Let there be no sexual immorality, impurity, or greed among you. Such sins have no place among God's people." So if it's just an open relationship, you're not necessarily married, then you shouldn't be in, because that's the whole thing of an open relationship. You're able to have sexual relations with other people. So if that's the case, well, I guess you shouldn't be doing it with your partner either. But that's if you're doing all this sexual sin within yourself. And also 1 Thessalonians 4:3, "For this is the will of God, even your sanctification, that ye shall abstain from fornication." So it stays right there. It's one thing just to date people and not be exclusive, but once you're like quote unquote in a relationship and you're going outside for sexual relations, that's when everything goes down. So there's that. I just want to put that out there for people. So let's see if we have some comments going on. So Sonia says, yes, I agree with that. I'm not sure which part that was, but okay. Cicely said, I had a friend whose husband wanted to have a polyamorous relationship, and at the end of the day, he violated the terms of the agreement, and he felt some kind of way, and then wanted to go back to a monogamous relationship, but then felt as if the Pandora's box was open, doesn't want to go back. So, that's a lot. So it's like, exactly. It's like once you can take it. Once you open that door, it's just like, it's hard to close it, because listen, all that trust, everything is just, that's a lot. So what do you think about that?
Well, I actually have not totally specific to that, but kind of. It says in a 5-year study of bisexuals, 80% of whom initially had open relationships observed a definite shift towards sexual monogamy over time. So I don't know. It just seems like maybe the natural state of people, of a lot of people, is monogamy. But then you do have some people that exist that they're just not monogamous people.
Right.
And just to add perspective to why people choose to have non-monogamous relationships, long distance relationships this is what I'm anyway, this is literally like what I'm reading from the websites, right?
Sure, Jo'Van.
Long distance relationships may benefit due to lack of physical presence. People that marry for economic or societal reasons may find open relationships appealing due to lack of emotional connection, varying sex drives, unfulfilled needs, and freedom. So those are some of the reasons why people find those relationships appealing.
Interesting, because I was having a hard time, but I can see why they would think that would be a good thing. I recently watched A Journal for Jordan, that Michael B. Jordan's new movie, and of course he's in the military.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know why you're laughing. Yes, because this is Michael B. Jordan's movie.
At the premiere, huh?
Not quite.
Oh,
but of course he's in the military, and at one point when he was about to get deployed, she offered like, hey, I know you're gonna get lonely, so you can do X, Y, and Z. And of course he denied it, but he was like, no, that's not happening. But people do it. So when you get deployed, long distance, or unsatisfied sex drive, all the things you said. So it opens my eyes to see why people would do it. I won't say I agree.
It's not to say that it's right.
Yeah.
It's just to say, like, if we're gonna understand why people do it,
No
we just have to look at it.
So sorry.
You just telling the whole movie.
Listen, okay, sorry. Listen, Sonia, and everybody else who said that was a spoiler. That was in the trailer, so that was not a spoiler. So that's all. It wasn't the trailer. Okay. Lady Parker said, open relationship is wrong. However, those who choose to do it will get into their feelings after some point, especially women. Jealousy will come in, hurt feelings, and rejection. Exactly. Those are some of the reasons that I said that we shouldn't do it.
Can I ask a problematic question?
Oh, gosh. It wouldn't be an episode if you did it.
All right. For the people watching, is an open relationship easier for a man or a woman? Just curious.
I think we talked about this earlier. I think a man is. Yes, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay. You see, yeah.
I'm just gonna say, man, it's exactly what Lady Parker said. Our emotions will come into play, like that jealousy, the rejection, insecurity, all of that come into play. So I just want to, and then I think Mitch said it. Why do people open themselves up to open relationships? Listen, they want to have the cake and eat it. That's my stance. So.
Everyone's like, men.
Exactly.
But
I'm not saying that there aren't women who are.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to like.
I think women are becoming more and more like men, like every single year.
Yes.
Based on what I see on the internet.
Oh,
I'm just like,
definitely.
Golly.
Definitely. But I think the majority still.
Yeah. I agree. Minister Mitchell said, why do people open themselves up to open relationships? And I think we kind of addressed that in those points I mentioned. It's just, long distance, people marrying for the wrong reasons.
That's fine.
Varying sex drives, unfulfilled needs. Some find freedom in it. And, I think those are some of the reasons. So, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? What are some reasons that you think people open themselves up to relationships? I would love to hear what you have to say. Yes, mostly a man. Man. Oh, Lord. So Lady Parker said, if another man is the third party, the man will have a serious problem with that.
Oh, man, we're getting juicy now.
Listen.
I think I agree with that statement. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, please explain why, man.
I think I saw this joke, or it was like a show, and okay, so we're gonna get a little bit above PG right now.
This is an adult show.
So
keep it.
Okay, yeah. So the guy was like talking to his girl. He's like, "Hey, I think I want to introduce another person into our bedroom," and she said something like, "Oh, what's his name?" And he was like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? Like, or she was like, "Or I get to choose the person," and he was like, "Okay," and she chose a guy. He was like, "What?" So yeah, I completely agree.
Oh, like, definitely, and not even in the bedroom. Like, if let's say you had an open relationship, you were I guess having a dry spell, and your girl had like partners, like she's out here living her best life, you would definitely have an issue. I should say you, the guy.
Why is this personal?
I know. I was like, you.
I'm gonna check up. I'm gonna catch up on these.
Okay.
So Miss Parker said, if another man. Oh yeah, okay. And then Minister Mitchell said, so do women agree so they can have a man? Or oh man.
What was that?
Oh yeah, that's true. That is so true.
You just gotta read it out.
Okay. So Minister Mitchell said, oh hey Doreen, I see you. He said, so do women agree so they can have a man or relationship? Absolutely. I know girls that literally they do it because they just want to keep the guy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but that's so not healthy.
Yeah,
because of all of the trust, insecurity,
right,
all of that. It's just gonna mess with your head, and not necessarily open relationship, but anything. If you're doing something that's you don't want to do, and you're doing it to keep a man,
right,
that's never. I don't care how simple it is. If you're doing something to keep a man, that's, especially if it's not okay with you, not a good look.
And that applies to a lot of different things.
Oh,
you know what
yes.
I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to do those things, you shouldn't.
Right.
Don't do them. But,
don't. That's a whole different. That's a whole nother episode.
That's another episode. For
yes,
real.
like for real.
Yeah.
Listen. Put that on the books.
Producer, you taking notes?
You taking notes over there because that's a good one.
Doreen says some guys might not like thinking their girl going out and being with another man, and like that's absolute facts. 100%. That's not cool.
That is true.
Unless she's going out with a sugar daddy and she's just, you know what I'm saying,
bringing the money
he's
back.
paying her for dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what's up?
A no sugar daddy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's another episode too, isn't it? Never mind. I'm gonna get in trouble. All right, next.
Oh gosh.
I
might pull the plug on this episode.
Miss Parker says the men don't have an issue if it's with another woman with him and his partner.
True.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true. Miss Cicely says
Miss Cicely. You can just call her Cicely.
Oh, Cicely. Sorry. My friends started off saying they just wanted to have those male-female relationships they had before they were married. Okay.
Interesting.
How do you interpret that? Because I'm not sure how to interpret that.
So, read that one more time.
Here, you read it.
Okay.
I don't think I'm understanding
My
correctly.
friends started off saying they just wanted to. So, are they just saying they had the opposite sex friendship, and it was more than just friends? Is that what you're saying, Cicely? And it was they were doing more than just being quote unquote friends. That's the way I'm interpreting, but I could be wrong. So please.
I think sometimes, like.
Go ahead.
Did she say something?
No.
So I guess the way I'm interpreting it now is like, you know, you have male and female friends before you get into relationships, but that to me is different than like having a sexual relationship with someone and then being in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think that's different. If you have male and female friends before you get into a relationship, I don't think you should have to lose those friends. Because
right,
you know
but I
saying?
think if she's saying that they're claiming that they're just friends, but they're more.
And I mean, if they're more, that's a whole other thing.
And I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking she's saying. And there's more. Y'all are coming tonight. I can't keep up. So
who picked this topic? Okay,
our
all right.
producer picked this topic.
She going crazy with the topics.
I know.
Okay.
Oh goodness. So Lady Parker said, on the flip side, if he chooses a Beyonce lookalike, she will have a big problem as well. So open is a bad idea. Listen.
Okay, wait. I didn't.
So
I
if you're in a relationship, if the girl he chooses on the outside looks like Beyonce, the girl will have a huge problem with that.
So she got to be ugly, basically. Then it'll work. That's what I'm getting.
Listen, okay.
Because what if she doesn't, Miss Parker? What if she doesn't like Beyonce?
Okay.
What does that mean?
What if the guy was like Michael B. Jordan? Haha. Since if you want to do it both ways, Beyonce.
But see,
Michael
my thing
B.
is, okay, I'm not a good example because I feel like I look good too. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't get me wrong, I get it. He's at the top of the mountain. Like I'm humble, but at the same time, I'm like,
stay humble.
Hey, I'm fine. Look, I know I haven't been in the gym, but come on now.
Just say it's Michael B. Jordan. I'm just saying. Let's see. Okay, Sonia said, nope, the movie Indecent Proposal is a perfect example of a man not being able to handle it, even for money. Oh, yes. So, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know, I can't remember. I know it's Demi Moore and I think Michael Douglas, but don't quote me on the actors. But I believe it was a proposal. If you they were married, they're a married couple, and there was a proposal that saying, if you let me be with your wife for one night, I'll give you X amount of money. It was a lot of money, and he said yes. Have you seen the movie? Okay, so he said yes, and he thought he'd be okay with it, but all of those like thoughts of like, what did they do? And it's just like the marriage went downhill from there. It was just a whole lot of issues. So you think, oh, for the money, I'm okay, but listen, So it's actually a really good movie. You should watch it. So
what is it called?
Indecent Proposal.
Indecent Proposal.
So yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Cicely's clarified. So the female friends you had before marriage is what they wanted to have, and I think it was the terms of the agreement, but she violated the agreement. So I'm still a little confused with that. But
so wait, are you saying that? Okay, let's say this is a woman we're talking about. She had male friends before the relationship, and those men, even though they were her friends, they wanted more, and then she got in a relationship. Should she still have those friends? Is that what she's saying?
I'm thinking, but listen.
This is my thing, right? Man, I'm about to say something. I would dare to say that most guy friends that girls have want something more. Not saying it has to be a relationship, but I mean, we're animals. Like we got problems. It's that nature, man. And so, you know, I always raise an eyebrow. For me, I always raise an eyebrow. I'm like, oh, okay, what's this guy's story? You know, tell me about him. You know what I'm saying? Because they be plotting, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, Lord. So, okay, we skipped a comment that I'll let you read this one, that Lady Parker said.
Are we taking turns now?
Yes.
I'm reading all Miss Parker's comments tonight.
Because I only wanted him to read it because we had this conversation earlier, so I want you to read it.
Oh, my God. I called Brandice before this episode. I was like, hey, I don't know how this is going to go. But this is going great.
It's going great. So, y'all want to come with the comments. Please keep them coming.
Okay, Miss Parker. All right.
Is the
Sarah in the Bible?
Yes.
Okay. I think of Sarah in the Bible and her concubine in the Bible. Sarah gave her husband Abraham to her concubine, but after she got pregnant, she
listen, you think you're out. Okay with it, like, okay, well, I can't get pregnant, so you can have my cock. And then listen, when it gets real, you're like, oh man, he's like attentive to her. He got her back. Listen, goodbye. So it seems like a good idea. You're thinking, oh, I can deal with this, but when it gets
Parker
real,
come with the scriptures. You're like, hey, it don't work.
It's not gonna work. I'm telling y'all, because when it gets real, listen. I think about, they weren't in an open relationship, but I think about D. Wade and Gabrielle Union when they were on the break. He had an outside baby, and so
what? Dwayne Wade?
What? What?
I did not know this.
Sorry, I was not thinking this was brand new information.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I did not know that.
Before they got married. So when they were dating, they took a break, allegedly. And while they were on this break, he had an outside baby.
Man, I didn't know he was scoring buckets in the off season. That was in bad taste. I don't know. That's my
So I'm just saying, I mean, they still got married and they're happy today.
Right.
It caused issues. That's all I'm saying. Because I don't think that child is in their home. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So it does open up the door. Okay. So, Cicely, Lord, let's hope we get this.
Take 3. Let's see what we got.
Lord, Cicely.
All right.
You might just do call her in for this one because I'm like, please don't. Right. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. So the husband wanted to go back to having female friends, just friends. That's what they agreed to, but she ended up violating just friends agreement and slept with the guy. Okay. Got it.
Okay, so explain that to me. Let me read it.
Yes. So, listen, once that trust is violated and that those terms are like, did they stay together? That's the question I have. Did they stay together?
The husband wanted to go back to having female friends.
I'm guessing this is from the original statement where she's saying,
oh, so she took it too far.
Yes.
Yeah, she just messed up bad. Because like that like she just said, oh, and that's this just goes back to what I'm saying. Like,
let me see the phone again.
Those I don't know the story, but I feel like them dudes.
Oh, we have a live audience. Oh gosh. So continue.
Yeah. So I think that she just took it too far because they were supposed to be just friends, and she was just like. But those guys are like, oh, I'm always open to having some female friends.
But the thing is, she violated the terms, so obviously there were some terms already agreed upon. So they already obviously had some conversations that were set up. So, listen, you have to, I don't know. Oh, sorry, y'all. We have a live audience that's just not happy right now.
I see how she feels about open relationships.
Right, she doesn't agree with it at all.
So,
oh, gosh. Okay, goodness. I think we caught up on all of the comments. So thank you, Cicely. That took a while for us to get, but we caught up.
Yeah, so hey, let us know. Like, y'all want to see more topics like this? Because, I mean, I've been loving this engagement.
Yes.
You know, it's been great.
Yeah, so let us, and that's, I always say this, but let us know what you guys want to talk about.
Right.
So that way, if it's something you guys want to talk about, the conversation can keep going. Because if you don't want to talk about, we don't want to put out content that you don't want to hear and engage on. So please let us know if you have any topics that you want to hear about. So any other things about, okay, so we talked about relationships. What about open marriages? This is live show. Sorry.
There's nothing I can do. I'm having a Mountain Dew. All right. Open marriage. Okay, so for me, right.
It's a no.
That's a no.
Definite no. There's no gray part for. I mean, first of all, there's no gray part for me for open relationships, just relationships. But it clearly says,
from a Christian standpoint,
not commit adultery. So
we've already answered that question by talking about open relationships.
Yeah, but I just want to put it out there. Listen, some people might like. Listen, you just never know. So
yeah, nah.
I just want to make it clear for the people. I don't want people like, well, this is what I want to do. So you just never know.
Yeah,
so
I don't see how someone could be like, okay, so the Bible says no open relationships, but open marriage though.
No, we didn't say it. The Bible said no. We just said fornication, blah, blah, blah. But if you're just like out here with the open, I don't know. I just wanted to put it out there for the people just to get the pot stirring. I mean, but
I like stirring the pot is fun. We're going to keep doing this.
What? Okay, sorry. What? Pastor Parker.
I like how Miss Parker even doesn't know what's going on.
Right, rock painting. What?
I mean, why get married if you want it open?
You want to have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah. So I could answer that question, but I don't know if should I answer this question?
Answer the question.
All right.
What do you think the people would?
I think why people get married is because people that want an open relationship but also want to get married is like
Yes, that was Layla.
They value the emotional connection that they have with the person they're married to, but if they really want that like sexual gratification and they're not getting it from their marriage, then that's why I could see they would want that. You know what I'm saying? That's just a guess. I'm not a.
The research says, right?
It's the research, man. I got the stats, Based on my research, that's why.
No, for real, y'all. Listen.
Hey,
I don't think he's going to do this much research about anything.
Look at this. I need the people to see this. Look at it. You can't even see
Front and back.
Front and back. I did my
mine
homework.
Is like one page. I'm like, what? And mine is like big font. It's like H font.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness,
Did we
guys.
get any more?
Let's see. Oh goodness, just scrolled up. No, that was it. So, this was fun.
Yeah, this was really fun.
Again, if you have any topics you want us to discuss, please let us know. We were willing and wanting to talk about what you guys want us to talk about. So, again, like I've always said, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. So you won't miss an episode and get those reminders when new episodes
still getting
come
comments.
In. Oh gosh, let's see what the people are saying.
Producer, can we take 2 more comments? All right.
She's getting like 2 minutes, 1 minute. So we're like,
either she's like, yeah, or she's like, giving the, throwing gang signs. All right. So Doreen, she says, I feel like older couples agree to open.
Huh.
I don't know. I'm just curious of where they are in their relationship to get to the point to agree of an open marriage. So I'm wondering, maybe older couples, like, what do you think? Do you think older couples are more likely to do it than younger?
I would be thinking it's younger because we're just like these young people out here, just like carefree and have no kind of like morals. But you have to think about, and this is still allegedly, we don't know this for sure, but you have couples like Will Smith and Jada who have been rumored for years to have an open relationship. So,
yeah,
not saying they're old, but
yeah, but they've been married. I think it's better of like if you've been married a long time, maybe some of those married, they're just like, some couples are like, let's try something new.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like they've been rumored for years.
I'm talking about in general. Like
okay.
Will, I don't even like using Will and Jada as an example because they're weird, and I love them. I love Will. Jada is kind of is something, but they're just weird.
They are two as they're one. So the only difference is Jada has let hers known. He obviously married for a reason. So, and it's like this last year, his crazy has come out. So he's crazy.
Will Smith's crazy.
Yes. Where have you been?
Oh, this. See, this sounds like a whole nother episode.
Oh my gosh, we got more comments. This is an episode that will.
Is Will Smith crazy? Check us out next week on Closing the Gap.
Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Okay. Oh yes. So Solomon was married and had 1,000 side chicks. If he said it was vanity and empty, then believe.
We were talking about this.
Oh gosh.
So Miss Parker, or Mr. Parker, can you clarify this for me right now? Did Solomon have multiple wives? And I mean, I'm not saying he didn't have concubines, but did he have multiple wives? Because I thought he had multiple wives, and I thought David had multiple wives as well. And if you have multiple wives, is that an open relationship? Because to me, that's not an open relationship.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reading.
I'm not trying to find the loopholes or anything. I'm just trying to figure out.
Or is he? All this research. Listen. I told you he hasn't done as much research on anything. So maybe he's trying to figure it out. So
I'm like, how can I make this work?
I'm just saying.
And go to heaven.
I cannot. Oh
what?
My gosh. So we still have comments, people. We might have to do a part 2 or something, Lord. So I'm guessing our producer stated, could open marriage been on an easy route versus working on the marriage? So that was Mr. Sadler who said that. So, and I think I said that earlier. I think it's because relationships are hard, so they don't want to put in all the work that it takes to keep a monogamous relationship. So that way they feel like they can go out and just let their royal oaks fly. I don't know. So I have to focus on one relationship. They just
nothing. Sorry. I've just never heard royal oaks fly.
I don't know why I said that. Anywho, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
So instead of working on that one relationship, they're taking their focus off that and just having fun per se. Oh gosh.
I love your mom, man.
What did she say?
Is killing it. She said, if you want something new, dress up like something new. A character. Don't add people to your marriage.
That's part. Oh my goodness.
So is never mind. I almost said
no.
Can I whisper something in your ear?
Okay.
I was gonna be like, that's what she's saying.
That is what she said. You can say that.
So, Miss Parker, so you're saying role play.
Solomon, Lady Parker said. Solomon had hundreds of wives and side chicks. In my opinion, that's open, but only open for him. So none of the wives had they could go out and do other stuff. It was just that reminds me of like the sister wives or not. Yeah. So
I just don't see how that's open if you're married. I just don't see that because that's the condition, right? If you step outside of marriage, but if you're married, how can you have an open relationship?
Bring it into your house. You just. Listen, I'm not going out of.
I don't know, because to me, the condition that we've established is an open marriage is having a sexual relationship with someone outside of marriage.
Yeah.
But if you're married to all these people, is it technically is it an open relationship? Because you're married.
You're still having different relationships with other people.
But you're married.
I don't know. That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it means.
Listen, I don't think we're going to figure that out tonight. So, thanks, guys, for watching this. What do you have?
Nothing. I'm done. I'm done.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Again, please like and subscribe. Share this with other people. And thanks so much for just supporting us. We really appreciate it. Until next time, bye.
7